I'm here. I couldn't find you guys. So we got a picture, huh? This is our turnout.
Yeah.
All right, so our hands across the water, across the world. Hands across the beaches.
Hands across the sand.
Yeah, hands across
Save
the
the
sand. Save the oceans, everything, right? Save our seas. SOS.
Have you signed the petition?
Yeah, I've been filming this, and I couldn't find you guys. I was looking for you for like 20 minutes. Yeah, but you're on a downslope, so you're not visible. Yeah, it wasn't visible. But, feel free to explain what's going on if you want to.
Oh, sure. Are you local?
I live in Jupiter, Florida, but my family's local.
Okay, so I lived in Florida for a long time. I'm not
Yeah.
ready to go back.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'm not ready to retire
Turquoise
yet,
oceans, yeah. The turquoise oceans.
Well, the problem is they're going to build these even in the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah,
if we allow
crazy.
it. So it goes all the way from the northeast all the way to the Gulf of Mexico. It's the industrialization of the ocean with these turbine farms. It's going to disrupt the ecosystem, of course. The migration of the whales. They go from north to south every year into Florida, North New England, and all the way south. The marine life. Just to build these alone, the sonar and the mapping of the ocean floor is creating an acoustical sound that affects their hearing. So a deaf whale is a dead whale. And that's why they get struck by boats. Normally they don't get struck by boats.
Right.
So there's plenty of science out there. There's plenty of information on the internet to find out what's happening. Educate as many people as you can. Of course, we are opposed to it, strongly opposed to it. And so we're trying to save the ocean and save the marine life.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and these surfers won't have anywhere to surf because if it's going to affect the fish, the dolphins with that sonar, it's going to affect people as well.
It's also going to affect the Coast Guard for rescue.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be put in quite close to shore, about a mile apart from one another. So this is also going to be an issue with radar. I find it to be a security issue for the United States, basically.
Yeah.
National security issue.
That they sold our ocean without telling us.
Leasing it to foreign companies, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then we have those 7-foot cables going in underneath everybody's houses, causing cancer.
The cables will come on shore. And right now they're projecting them to go into residential neighborhoods, which is not a good thing. We don't need additional EMF around us. There's too much of it already.
And the humming from these turbines will kill you. The humming is going to be so horrible that it will definitely cause depression in people and bad effects in people. So you don't want that. These things are going to be as tall as the Empire State Building, 2,200. Yeah, the Chrysler Building. There's going to be 2,277 of them all along the shoreline. And then they're going to have industrialized fencing because they're going to have to block in all of their equipment. So our shore will not look like this. What you will see out there will be wind turbines making noise and taking up this serenity that we have, that we've been blessed with. So we're all protesting this before it becomes something, before it goes worldwide. And we suggest that everybody look into it in their areas and stop it from happening. Talk to your congressman, talk to the people in your state, talk to the people in your town. You have to make people aware. I don't think this was a great turnout for the ocean. I mean, I see all these surfers out here and I don't even think they know about the turbines that are going on. And I don't think they know that the Surfrider Foundation is funded by the same people that are putting these turbines up. So we have to take a closer look at what is happening. You know, I knew when they sold Magic Seaweed sold out. And I'm like, what's going on? Why would Magic Seaweed like join forces with someone else? And I have a feeling
There are a lot of nonprofits that took money from offshore wind companies, yeah?
yeah, the offshore wind companies, you know. But these gases and fuels that they need to fuel this situation don't dissipate for like 3,000 years. It's crazy.
They're not run on wind alone.
Yeah. And we already know that they failed. Everywhere else that they tried them, they have failed. And it's going to be a big money loss. They're just pouring money into something that is going to fail. And if you listen to Robert Kennedy Jr., he will tell you the facts on it. All the facts about the wind turbines, and they're not positive. There's nothing positive coming from it. The alternative that they're talking about is nuclear because it's smaller. I'm not sure. And they don't want anything done near the oceans because it will destroy the sea life. It will destroy the ocean.
The ecosystem.
The whole ecosystem, exactly. And this water here, it finally looks a little greener than I've ever seen it. I've only seen it brown. So
we've made so much progress to clean it up, and now it'll just be industrialized, which is not a good thing if we allow it to happen. You have to be opposed to it.
yeah.
Do your research, get online. Even if you follow the science, you're going to see what's going on. They know already what's going on with the sea sonar mapping of the floor and how it affects the whale's hearing. A deaf whale is a dead whale. It's been proven already.
And we had a whale right here on Lido Beach, right? Was that
There's been
Lido?
over 45, 47 to date now since they started all the mapping in 2020, the last year, from
2022?
22 to 23. There's been at
Wow.
least 47 or 50 along the East Coast here,
Oh
between
my
New
God.
Jersey and New York.
That's crazy.
Not to mention the dolphin also.
Oh yeah, and the dolphins are beaching themselves. The whales are beaching themselves. It's a horrible situation what's going on with the sea life.
Sound. They navigate with their sound. So if their hearing is disrupted from the sonar, and that's proven for years in the Navy, they know
Yeah.
about sonar. So it's not like we're making this up. It's all true.
Yeah, it's real, man, and it's happening in your backyard. And if you live by the ocean, it's really going to affect you because that's where they plan on putting their little substations in. So if you live in Oceanside, that's a substation it's getting put into. If you live on Long Beach, that's a substation getting put in right there too. So you got to wake up, man. You got to come out and do your part. Look it up. It's so easy to look stuff up. You have YouTube, you have the internet. Look up what's happening, and just form little communities in your area to stop it. Get your community together. Get people to sign, do signatures. Join forces with the other groups that are out there. Like Save Our Shores. That's a big one. And then I guess New Jersey has a big one. What's the name of the one in New Jersey?
Hands across the sand.
Oh, okay. Hands Across the Sands is the New Jersey chapter. So I just suggest everybody look into this a little deeper. Don't just take my word for it. I'm out here in Long Beach, and we just had 4th of July here, and it was beautiful. Everybody showed up at Jones Beach. We had 4th of July. Millions of people showed up, and it was really a beautiful event. It was a peaceful, beautiful event. And that might be the last one that they have. So let's change that. And, let's focus on cleaning our oceans and doing things we can do, and being part of things that we can be part of to change the world. Don't rely on your politicians. If I say follow anybody, when it comes to the ecosystem, Robert Kennedy Jr. has been on top of it for a long time. And yes, I am a fan. I will vote that man in a heartbeat because he deserves it, because he's been fighting for all this, you know? And I'm standing behind him. I was standing behind him when he was just working on the water, you know, like Erin Brockovich and people that were really like putting their necks out there and, you know, taking the hits just to save parts of the ocean and pieces of water and harbors and things. So, you know, everybody can do their part. You know, it should be a family awareness, you know, so these kids know what's going on and they can join together. And I'm going to go a little bit further with this. Dr. Emoto's water study says that you can change the molecular structure of water by praying over it. Now, it's been proven. You can take, when you look at a water molecule under a microscope, it's kind of like blobby, you know, like maybe a snowflake that's all rounded. And when you put like a negative word towards it, it separates. And when you put a positive word towards it, it turns into like a crystalline, pristine, beautiful snowflake. So that was the first study. And that study goes way back when, it's a long story, but that story goes way back. And now, to bring it to date, you know, you've seen them do it with plants. They do it, you know, even with a child, like a person. When you tell somebody you love them or you give them kind words, their cells in their body receive those kind words as well. And when you pray over someone, their cells in their body receive those prayers. So we know that it heals people. You know, words are healing. You know, as well as words can be negative towards people, words can be positive. And this happens with the water. And we can change everything around the water if we say a simple prayer at the water. Now, the prayer that was said was the Ho'oponopono prayer. It simply is, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. That's it. So I'm going to stand in this water and say these words. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. And this is putting good intention into the water, and water has memory, and water receives the good intention, and then it carries it across the earth, across the world, goes up into the sky and comes down, you know, as rain. So we have to start focusing more on our intentions, where we put our energy, the things that we think about in a day. You know, if you find yourself thinking negative thoughts, change it. Make a positive thought. You know, forgiveness is the key to peace. If you want peace in your heart, mind, soul, spirit, forgive. Forgiveness is key. And when you're at peace, you're holding a peaceful energy. That's the space that you're standing in, is a peaceful energy space. So I'm trying to make you aware about all this stuff, and I would like to do it in a way that's positive. So anything that I say, I hope you take as positive. You know, get your information and do the most positive thing that you can do. Whether it be, you know, going to the ocean and putting good words of intention into it, teaching your family how to do that, because that's why we bless our food before we eat it. And we say that we're thankful for the food and that it nourishes our body and that all the people in the world may be fed with nutritious food. And it's a real thing, and people forget that. They forget to be grateful. You know, the fishermen, they get so happy with all of their catches that they make. But do they give thanks to the fish that's laying there dead, staring up at them with one eye, you know, like dying, and say thank you? You know, these are energies that have been passed over forever and ever. But the truth is, we have to be more conscious of our energy, because check it out. The highest vibration wins. Let that vibration be love and joy and peace and happiness. Let our world be pristine. Let our waters be pristine. And let everyone be healed and blessed. And let all good things show themselves. Put on your rose-colored glasses and see the beauty that surrounds you. We are the protectors. Peace. I don't know if you can see a little piecey.